how to actually begin bantering if you're not currently bantering right now.
So you said something earlier, which is really relevant, politeness. People are really polite and they tiptoe. First thing we need to understand and accept is that going back to the intention thing, we are not being impolite. And if we're being polite, then we're altering who we are for the person we're talking to. So the first thing we need to do is be okay with not being polite. Even though we're going to be polite, just be okay with not being polite. That's the first thing we just kind of need to get out of the way. So if you are becoming comfortable with the concept of not being polite, doesn't mean you're going to be a jerk. But what that means is I want you to become in touch with your perspective, your point of view, and your opinions. That is the first foundational thing for banter. If you do not have opinions, if you do not have a point of view, there is no banter. If we look at actual banter conversations and we break them apart, we will see the moments banter really begins are the moments people interject their point of view. So if you're afraid to share your point of view or your perspective or your opinion, there is no banter. There's literally nothing. So that's the first step. Now, how do we get to know our point of view? We just have to get comfortable with ourselves. A lot of people are afraid to speak their truth or to say their truth. You have to get really comfortable just sharing your opinions. So that may be the first thing that you do in your exercises is just saying what you actually think about something. And so you'll notice people in their texts, I mean, especially like younger people, they'll put LOL or haha or an emoji after saying something that is not funny and does not need an LOL.
Right.
So first of all, number one, don't laugh at your own jokes. You cannot in person or something if it's charming and endearing, but you don't need to laugh after your own joke. And you don't need to laugh after you say something that isn't funny at all. It's just an observation. So what I'll see is like a guy, this would probably come from a guy who's like 28 years old or 25 or something, texting a girl and they get uncomfortable with just saying something, with just being a person. So in a text I saw, it just always stuck out to me, this one example. This kid wrote, "It's really cold out, LOL." Like, why is that funny? Like,
Right.
what you're doing is apologizing with an LOL for just saying something. So many of the people that I work with, or the guys that I work with, they'll send me stuff just like that, where they're apologizing for everything that they say. And so obviously "it's cold out today" is not an exciting phrase. It's not super bantery. Get comfortable just saying something without having to put a disclaimer at the end or something to soften it. That's number one. So then you can start getting into what you actually think about things. If you're too afraid to share that with a girl or a woman, totally don't have to do that. Start sharing it with people that you work with. Just make observations. So you have to make observations in order to have opinions. If you're not observing and taking in the world around you, you won't actually be giving meaning to anything that you're seeing.